Welcome to Not So Good Characters. This is a new series where I talk about characters in video games that aren't perceived as good from a mechanical level. And these characters don't specifically have to be from fighting games either. In the future, I actually plan on covering more characters, with one of these characters being Miss Mouse from the Thousand Year Door. Anyway, back to the main focus of this video. When I first looked up a tier list for Super Smash Bros. Brawl when I was a kid, I always wondered why the characters were in the positions they were in. I never bothered to read the explanations, and I always thought every Smash character was balanced. And to be fair, they are balanced when you play on janky stages and with items on all the time. Wouldn't you know, you can win as long as you get assist trophies and Pokeballs 24/7 throughout the entire match. All jokes aside, I wish there were more videos like this on YouTube. So after watching a few YouTubers do character breakdowns, I decided to take a stab at it myself. So if this video sounds like it was inspired by somebody, I just want you to know that it is. But I hope that this will be different in its own special way. Before we get into the good stuff, I just want to say that everything I'm going to say in this video will revolve around competitive rules. So the way I'm going to do things here is that I'm just going to look at Bowser's kit in full, and I'll be going over what's good and what's not so good. And if there are some interesting things I have to say about a move, then I'll do so. And at the end of the video, I'll recap as to why the character just isn't good. For starters, Bowser is a heavyweight character. Most heavyweights in Smash are slow all around and have a lot of startup and end lag on their moves, but they make up for this by having a lot of power on their moves. Bowser is no exception to this, however, being a heavyweight in this game is like a death sentence. Let's talk about Bowser's size. Yeah, this character is one of the biggest characters in the game. This hurt box that Bowser is packing makes him really easy to hit. Funnily enough, he does have a crawl. Yeah, I don't think that's going to do a whole lot when it comes to dodging certain moves. I touch upon his size now because it's going to be an important detail in a bit. Bowser has the slowest initial dash in the entire game, an average dash speed. That is also one of the strangest running animations I think I've ever seen in a video game. Is he seriously grinding on the ground at all times? Props to Bowser though, I don't even think Tony Hawk has figured out how to do this yet. He also has an 8-frame jump squat, which is the second longest jump squat in the entire game. For the uninformed, the jump squat is how long a character has to wait before they actually jump by pressing the button. For comparison, we have Pikachu, who has one of the quickest jump squats in the entire game at 4 frames. I'm going to jump at the exact same time with these characters. It's a small difference, but his 8-frame jump squat isn't doing him any favors. At least Bowser's airspeed is alright. I bet you're probably wondering what I'm getting here with all this. Brawl is a game where camping is king, and spoiler alert, Bowser does not have a projectile, so he has to get in your face and scrap constantly. Bowser's big size makes him more prone to getting hit and interrupted. His long jump squat means that he's slower than most when it comes to maneuvering around platforms, and an average run speed with a hurtbox this size means that he's constantly fishing for a decent opening against an opponent. Combine this with tripping and it makes moving around with Bowser even worse. Tripping is a thing that only happens every now and again, but it's just another factor to take into consideration when it comes to Bowser's movement. This also means that camping out Bowser is really easy. There are plenty of characters in this game that can just outrun Bowser, or they just have projectiles that make it hard for Bowser to approach, and possibly even both. Can you imagine this in an actual match? It's a nightmare. So let me tell you what Bowser would have to do in this scenario. He would have to try and get through all these lasers only for Falco to jump right over him and do the same stuff over and over again. He's stuck in a sucky blender. Now earlier, I did say that Bowser was a heavyweight character. He's actually the heaviest character in the entire game, and this does allow him to survive things for a long period of time. But what do you get when you combine a big hitbox on top of massive weight? If you guess combo food, then give yourself a big yellow star. Now, is that the most true of all true combos? Absolutely not. But being combo food in a game like Brawl is really sad, honestly. I'll tell you why this is sad later. Being combo food isn't the worst of Bowser's worries, though. Oh no! There's something that makes this combination of attributes even worse. Vulnerability to chain grabs. Yeah, your eyes did not deceive you there. That was all true. Would you believe me if I said that wasn't even the worst chain grab that Bowser can be caught by? Well, believe it or not, it's not the worst chain grab that Bowser can be caught by, because against some characters, it's infinite. It's a really good thing that there are rules in place so you can't do this the entire match. I don't think it really matters though, because by the time you're at the 300% range, you're pretty much dead anyway. Chain grabs pretty much offset the fact that Bowser is the heaviest character in the game. Man, I haven't even started to talk about Bowser's moves yet. Before I talk about these moves, I want to talk about combos in Brawl and hit stun canceling. Earlier, I mentioned it's sad to be combo food in a game like Brawl, and it's all because of hit stun canceling. So in Brawl, you can get yourself out of hit stun by using an attack or using an air dodge. Here's an example of what happens when Bowser does not hit stun cancel here. And here's a scenario of the exact same situation if Bowser hit stun cancels. Hit stun canceling really neuters combos in Brawl. I mention this now because Bowser does not have a lot of combo potential. So if I don't mention combos too often, if at all, on Bowser, that's why. To start things off, we will talk about Bowser's dash attack, also known as convoy tackle, or konboi tokoro in Japanese. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, this move is fucking terrible. Where do I even start with this? First of all, look at all this ending lag. It's dreadful. This move is also incredibly minus on shield, minus 42 and minus 39 on a late hit. That was a real punish, by the way. Charizard's forward smash is one of the slowest forward smashes in the entire game. And I think you guys already know that this is not the worst thing that could happen if Bowser lands this move on shield. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, because the move has so much end lag, there must be so much reward if you land it, right?
Wrong!
Yeah, need I say more? Well, when does this move KO Mario, you might ask? Well, try 223%. Oh yeah, and you thought I was over-exaggerating. Alright, I think I'm done with dash attack. Move sucks. End of story. Alright, now we have Bowser's jab. It's called left scratch and right scratch, or Hidari Hikaki and Migi Hikaki in Japanese. This move is pretty alright. You can actually combo this move in the F-tilt if your opponent doesn't air dodge fast enough. This move can also cancel out certain projectiles. Here are a few examples of that. I'm not sure how useful this is, but it's kinda cool regardless. Next up, we have Bowser's forward tilt, also known as Koopa back fist, or Koopa Uriken in Japanese. This is another decent move. This move has some pretty decent reach. And it can also KO fairly well. This move can also be decently safe on shield if you space it correctly. Yeah, that's all I have to say about this move. It's just very solid. Next, we have Bowser's down tilt, also known as Mishmash Scratch, or Yoshi Usumi Hikaki in Japanese. That is certainly a name for a move. Say that 3 times fast. Mishmash Scratch, Mishmash Scratch, Mishmash Scratch. I don't have too much to say about this move, actually. This move is fast and it has range. On top of that, this move is really powerful. Just check out the percent Mario is when he gets KO'd by this. As powerful as this move is, I should probably say that the second hit is much less powerful than the first hit. I highly doubt you'll be hitting the second hit anyway, but it's interesting to know. This is another decent move. Let's move on. Next on the list is Bowser's up tilt, also known as Ceiling Scratch, or Tenjo Hikaki in Japanese. First of all, yeah, this move isn't as big as you think it is. At least not at first glance anyway. This attack also has a concerning amount of end lag. Despite the negatives, I do see this being a pretty decent anti-air for Bowser. It can even KO early. Which yeah, that's up tilt, and with that, that is all of Bowser's tilts. I think it's obvious that these tilts aren't something that you should just throw out all the time, but they're pretty decent. Alright, now we're moving on to Bowser's aerials. The first aerial we'll be talking about is forward air, also known as jump scratch, or Jambu Hikaki in Japanese. This is one of Bowser's best aerials. It's really fast, and it's the only aerial that Bowser has that auto-cancels within a short hop. It also has reach, and it's fairly powerful to boot. Is this move the safest thing on shield ever? No, it's minus 20 on shield. However, I can see the move being kinda safe if you space it correctly thanks to the combination of the shield pushback and the fact that Bowser can drift back after the forward air has already come out. You're going to be seeing this move a lot. This is one of the few moves that Bowser can actually approach with, and Bowser has the best chance of not being heavily punished after he uses this move. Well, this is assuming that you auto-cancel it, because if you don't auto-cancel it, this happens. This is going to be a recurring theme throughout all of Bowser's aerials. Next up, we have Bowser's up air, also known as heading, or hiringu in Japanese. First of all, I gotta say that this is one of the strongest up aerials in the entire game. Just look at the power on this thing. Unfortunately, there are a lot of drawbacks to this move. First of all, the hitbox is very small and it takes a while for the move to come out. And don't forget about the fact that this is an aerial, because Bowser's jump squat only makes this harder to hit. So it's a good finisher, but it's relatively hard to actually land. But there is one matchup where this move actually really comes in handy. Because of grab release shenanigans, this can actually be a kill confirm on Jigglypuff at the right percents. This is actually one of the reasons as to why people consider Jigglypuff his best matchup. Also, this move cancels within a full hop and not a short hop, and this move has a lot of ending lag, so you know what that means. Now, despite this move being one of the strongest up airs in the game, it's pretty meh. You're probably not going to see this attack too much. Next up, we have Bowser's back air, also known as Spike Bomber, or Supaku Bamba in Japanese. This move is alright. The hitbox of it isn't too terrible, and it's actually really strong. You probably don't want to be using this move on stage, though. This move seems like it would be great to use when it comes to off-stage duty. I think you can take a good guess as to why I say this move is better suited for edgeguard duty. Auto-cancelable in the full hop and not a short hop? Yeah. For the love of Arceus, please do not use this move this close to the ground. Next up, we have Bowser's Nair, also known as Gyroscope, or Gyroscopo in Japanese. This move is 100% bona fide trash. I know you guys saw the hitbox on this. You have to be practically breathing next to your opponent in order to get the strongest hit out of this move. Now, I know you guys are asking, does this move kill well? Nope. To be fair, you could use this for ledge guarding because of all the lingering hitboxes. But then again, why not just use something with a better hitbox? If you ever want to use Nair, just use forward air instead. It's just way better. Oh yeah, can you guess what happens if you don't auto-cancel this with a full hop? Okay, let's just move on. Next up, we have Bowser's down air, also known as Scrub Brush, or Scrabu Brushi in Japanese. Oh boy, please tell me that this is a good move, I'm begging you.
Oh, brother, this
Move.
stinks!
Before we talk about the negatives of this move, we should talk about the positives. If you land all the hits of this attack, the damage is unhinged. That's all the nice things I have to say about this move. You guys saw the previous clip, I didn't even land all the hits. It is very difficult to land all the hits on an opponent. And to make matters worse, your opponent can SDI up the hits of this move and punish Bowser for using it. Like, what? My apologies if that wasn't the best example, but believe me, Bowser can be punished if his opponent SDIs out the move. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that this move actually lasts a long time. So does this move auto-cancel in the short hop? Of course not. Does this move auto-cancel in the full hop? No! It doesn't even auto-cancel after you double jump. I gotta give the other aerials some credit, at least they auto-cancel within a full hop or less. Not down there though, apparently down there is just a special boy. Do I even need to tell you that this is unsafe on shield? Minus 39. Down there does have a landing hitbox which I guess can be used to trip up your opponent sometimes. Let's be real, your opponent's gonna catch on to the landing hitbox eventually, and you will get punished for using this move. This move also has a meteor hitbox attached to it. Yeah, don't even try, it's not even worth it. So the hitboxes suck, you can SDI out of the move and be punished for using it, it sucks as a landing option because of how much end lag is attached to the move, and the meteor hitbox sucks. But does this move kill? Okay, I think you get my point. Not being able to kill at 999 is pathetic. It's no wonder why they call this move the scrub brush. The only thing this move is good at is cleaning the fucking toilet. So, at the end of the day, none of these areas are good to approach your opponent with, besides fair. That's it. This means that Bowser's approach can be somewhat predictable, and that means Bowser is more likely to be shielded and punished. And that also means racking up damage on the opponent will be harder. So how is Bowser supposed to take advantage of all this KO power if he can't rack up the damage? Well, he does have another move that he can approach with, but we will be talking about that later. Now we're going to be talking about Bowser's grabs, or Tsukami in Japanese. I don't have too much to say about these grabs. These grabs are just pretty okay all around. You can do some pretty funny grab release shenanigans with Bowser's grab. I already mentioned the Jigglypuff situation earlier where you can grab release and get a free up air on her, but you can do things with other characters as well. Now we have Bowser's throws. I don't have much to say about these, so I'll try and make it quick. First we have his forward throw, also known as slingshot, or shringshoto in Japanese. This is one of Bowser's kill throws, however it doesn't kill until way late. Next is Bowser's back throw, also known as back throw. What a truly creative name. Or bakusuru in Japanese. Same thing with forward throw, the only difference is back throw kills a little earlier. Next we have Bowser's up throw, also known as fresh mixer, or freshu mixer in Japanese. This move does some pretty solid damage, however it has set knockback, which means it'll never KO. And finally we have Bowser's down throw, also known as heavy press, or hebi presu in Japanese. This is the most damaging throw that Bowser has, dealing a good 12% to the opponent. This is not a KO throw, but at lower percents this move can really help you space out a forward air, or some other stuff. Yeah, that's all I have to say about Bowser's throws. They're A-okay. Now it's time to get started with Bowser's smash attacks. First up we have forward smash, also known as bullhead, or buruhero in Japanese. This move has 2 hits attached to it, and if you land both the hits, well, look at what happens.
Damn!
That was uncharged, by the way. When you fully charge it though, 46%. But can this move kill? Oh, you bet your smashing ass it kills. But when does this kill if you fully charge the move? This is just disgusting. I don't know what else to tell you. It's just absolutely gross. Sometimes you can even get away with using this on shield because of the shield pushback. And not only that, but if your opponent shields this move, both hits will connect no matter what. This move does have quite a bit of startup and end lag, so you probably don't want to throw it out just whenever. But I'd say this is a pretty good smash. It does exactly what it's supposed to do, and more on top of that. Is it hard to land raw? Sure, but if you land this, man is it rewarding. Next we have Bowser's Up Smash, also known as Rising Spike, or Rejingu Spaiku in Japanese. This is another powerful smash we have here. In fact, it's one of the strongest up smashes in the game. And when you fully charge it, man, it's something else. You guys saw the hitbox earlier. This move can be used as an anti-air if you're feeling a little saucy. One of the strangest parts about this move is that it actually has a landing hitbox, and it only hits grounded opponents. Here's some examples of that. Is this hitbox useful? Maybe you might be able to catch somebody with this. But this is very interesting. You don't really see landing hitboxes on up smashes too often. But yeah, great finisher. Next. Now I got Bowser's Down Smash, also known as Buzzsaw, or Bazusaw in Japanese. And this is certainly a move that you can use. This smash attack is powerful, just like the rest of Bowser's smash attacks. So what's the problem with this move? You can SDI out of it. In this game, if a move is SDIable, it might as well mean suck dookie instantly. This move sucks. Don't use it. But that's all for Bowser's smash attacks. All of them are pretty good, besides down smash. Finally, we're at the last of Bowser's moves. Now we're going to be talking about his special moves. First up is his neutral B, also known as Fire Breath, or Koopa Blessu in Japanese. Okay, I lied earlier. 2 of Bowser's special moves can be used to approach an opponent, and one of them is Fire Breath. It has quite a bit of reach to it, so if you want to try and stuff an opponent's approach, this is definitely a move to keep in the back of your mind. This move can also potentially net Bowser a lot of damage, though it's easily DIable. You can also angle Fire Breath up and down. I mentioned this because this move is great offstage for edge guarding, and the fact that you can angle it makes it even better. This move can potentially give Bowser time to edge guard or ledge hog. Unfortunately, this is not a move that you can use all the time because the reach of the move goes down over time, and you have to let the move recharge a bit before it gets to full range again. Even with this slight downside, I'd still say that Fire Breath is a good move. Next, we have Bowser's Side Special, also known as Flying Slam, or Dabingu Presu in Japanese. Now, this move is very interesting. First of all, this is a command grab, and this is another move that can actually auto-cancel within a short hop. This is a great approach option for Bowser. It's not just because it auto-cancels within a short hop either. This move helps him get around shields. This move does a whopping 18% if you land it, and the KO power is not too shabby. You can even use this move to perform the infamous Bowser Side. There's something interesting about Bowser's Side, though. Apparently in the PAL version, Bowser will always win if this is performed when both players have 1 stock left. Unfortunately, I can't confirm this because I'm not playing the PAL version. However, in the NTSC version, it's based off port priority. And I am an American, so I can't confirm this. I'm not finished with Flying Slam yet. Oh no, there's one more interesting thing that this move can do. With this move, you can use a technique called Koopa hopping. In order to perform this technique, you must input a side B a frame before hitting the ground and then jump. This technique essentially just gives Bowser a third jump on the ground. And yes, like I alluded to before, you can do this after a double jump. And it makes his movement slightly better. Just take a look at this comparison of how much distance Bowser can actually cover with and without Koopa hopping. There are other things that you can do with Koopa hopping as well. I think you get my point. While doing research for this video, I could not find any good footage of Koopa hopping, or at least good in my eyes anyway, so I hope this sheds some light on the technique. But overall, Flying Slam is a really good move. It really helps Bowser out in a lot of different ways. This is also a move you're going to be seeing a lot. Next up, we have Bowser's Down B, also known as Bowser Bomb, or Koopa Jurapu in Japanese. Another very strong special move. This can KO really early. This move can also break shields. Doing this move on the ground has two parts. The first part of the move isn't a true combo into the second one, as your opponent can just air dodge out of it. Honestly, your best bet with this move is to approach from above and use it that way. If you choose to use Bowser Bomb, of course. I wouldn't recommend it though, considering this move is really laggy. 60 frames of ending lag. You can also mix up your recovery with Bowser Bomb if you're close enough to the ledge while you're off stage. This is not too crazy or anything, but some mix up to your recovery is better than nothing. This move is, it could be worse, but you're not going to be using this that much. And the last move we'll be talking about is Bowser's Up B, also known as Whirling Fortress, or Shupinin Shiru in Japanese. This move is absolutely amazing on the ground. This move comes out on frame 6. If you do something unsafe on Bowser's shield, you will be seeing this move. This move is the ultimate wake-up DP for Bowser. The air version of this move, however, is complete garbage. This move does not grant Bowser a lot of vertical recovery. It does give him a lot of horizontal recovery, however, but this just makes the move so predictable. It is so easy to swat Bowser out of this. So if he's off stage, it's going to be very difficult for him to get back. This is a rancid recovery. It's just bad. Now here's a recap as to why Bowser just isn't good in Brawl. 1. He is very prone to being camped out by a lot of the cast, and camping is a huge thing in Brawl. 2. His big weakness to chain grabs. Most chain grabs literally just destroy Bowser and his stocks. And guess what? The second best character in the game, the Ice Grabbers, their entire playstyle revolves around getting these chain grabs and then killing your opponent off of them. If Bowser has to fight an opponent that can chain grab him to death, then the fight might as well be over as soon as the character select screen pops up. 3. He's very slow. His movement is really sluggish. And yes, Koopa hopping can help to some extent, at least with his air movement, but his movement on the ground sucks. Also, the end lag on a good majority of his attacks doesn't help either. 4. His approach is limited. There's about 4 moves that Bowser can use while approaching if he doesn't want to be punished badly. And the predictable approach means that it's going to be harder for you to get damage. And KO someone, of course. And finally, his recovery is just complete ass. If Bowser gets off stage once, he might as well be as good as dead. I mean, yeah, Bowser has some sauce to him, but at the end of the day, these weaknesses are just too glaring for Brawl. The main reason why I decided to cover Brawl Bowser specifically is because this guy is just not popular at all, neither competitively or casually. I played a lot of Brawl with friends during the time that this was considered a new Smash game. And to my recollection, I don't think anybody picked Bowser a single time. I know I said in this video I wouldn't be looking at things casually, but I think I do have a theory on why this guy wasn't picked too much casually. I don't think casual players are going to sit down and learn all of Bowser's auto-cancel windows. So when they do aerials all the time, they're just going to be stuck in like hell. And I personally do not think that is very fun. If you have your own theory as to why Bowser wasn't picked casually, then please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear it. But before I go, I wonder, is Bowser any better in Smash 4?
Bowser.
He seems a little faster in this game. Wait, not only did that combo, but that also killed? Bowser can combo in this game? Oh hell yeah, man, I'm sold. This is a massive improvement already. Anyway, that's the end of the video. If I got any facts wrong, or if you have any feedback concerning how I did things in this video, then please leave a comment below. And if you like this video, then please like and subscribe. There are plenty more videos on the way. Now, if you guys don't mind, I think I'm gonna see what I can do with Smash 4 Bowser. I think I can really jive with this character. See ya.